Seeing all the old courier packages in the car, Amy suddenly had an idea that they could hide in the courier truck and sneak into the quarantine zone. They waited for the courier to arrive at the pickup point, and the man, who happened to be meeting a client, pulled out a pistol from the quarantine zone, a 1950s vintage item, and offered it for only $15,000. And Amy snuck into the truck. Amy took the opportunity to sneak into the truck, and they made it to the quarantine zone. The lightning bot carries the goods back to the warehouse, unaware that Amy and her brother are hiding inside. While the two of them discuss what's for dinner, Amy climbs out of the box and leads her brother on a careful path. But she accidentally bumps into a toy. The loud noise alerts Matt, who pulls out his weapon and tells the intruder to behave. But when the intruder turns around, he realizes it's just a little girl who's trying to get to the quarantine zone. Hearing her say that she wanted to go to the quarantine zone, Matt almost laughed out loud and told this good girl to go home and stay at home and read a book. To go to that kind of place is not for him to go. In the middle of their conversation, a RoboCop burst into the area, and when he saw Amy, he went straight to her and arrested her. Matt didn't realize that Amy was such a tough guy, but they were already in the same boat. And once Matt's lightning robot was discovered, he was also dead. He began to maneuver with the officer, finding the right angle to deliver the electric shock. But the officer reacted quickly, pulling out his weapon and instantly blowing up the warehouse. Seeing that the two robots are about to be locked, Amy rushes forward to help and successfully blocks his attack. Then, together with Matt, he cuts off the power supply to the warehouse. So the officer has no choice but to turn on his flashlight. The police officer had no choice but to turn on his flashlight and look for them in the darkness, not realizing that they had already climbed onto the mine truck and were preparing to sneak out from the back of the truck. As a result, Matt was blown away with a single shot before he could even get a chance to get his hands on the truck. It seems that this battle is inevitable, as the two robots join forces, and Lightning keeps attacking, while his brother holds the other's legs. The police officer was almost amused by these two gadgets, but the next moment Amy drove the forklift forward at full speed and instantly pushed the other into the rock pile. But at the same time, the whole mine began to collapse. It took them a long time to get out of there, but they made it into the quarantine zone. But the exits were blocked and they would be trapped here forever. Translated with DeepL. Com, free version.